What are you waiting for? That's the question I asked myself after some self-reflection. I was looking in the mirror and I was thinking about the things that I have done, the things that I am doing, and the things that I want to do and could do. And it seems there were some discrepancies amongst all of that. And I was wondering, what are you waiting for, David? Are you waiting for permission? Are you waiting for someone to tell you, hey, you can now chase your dreams? Hey, here's a camera, here's this, here's that, here's the resources that you believe that you need to chase your dreams. And now that you have that, you can now chase your dreams. And I was wondering, if I got that, if I got the perfect setup for everything, would I do it? No. I might do it, in the moment or for some time, but if I'm not already doing it, given the resources I have, why would I do it when I'm given my dream resources? I think sometimes we fantasize or idealize the future based off getting something or being somewhere. Oh, once I move into this new apartment, then I'll do this. Once I get this, then I'll do this. Once this person says this, then I'll do this. But the problem is, if the condition for us doing something is always based on an external entity, like someone or something, we will most likely, I wouldn't say never do the thing we want to do, but it will make it that much more difficult for us to do the thing we want to do. There will be more barriers between us and the action we want to take. But if everything we need to do or want to do is dependent on as few parties as possible, meaning basically just ourselves, it's more likely that we'll do the thing that we need to do. And for me, I think I've allowed me chasing certain things or doing certain things to be contingent on how other things go. Oh, once I kind of finish school, once I graduate, then I'll do this thing. Once I get this camera, then I'll do this. Once I move to this place or have this setup, then I'll do this. But the thing is, if I'm not faithful with what I have right now, if I don't steward what I have right now, if I don't use what I have right now to accomplish what I want to as high of a degree as I can, what makes me think that if I get all the things that I don't have, I will just magically start doing it? There's no proof, there's no evidence that I will do that because I haven't given myself reason. I don't trust myself enough to do that. I don't have a track record of actually doing the things that I want to do with what I have now. So again, why would I do the things that I want to do with what I will have? I won't even get those things if I don't do the things I need to do now. So it's sort of like a weird paradox where I need to get to level 5, right? Or I want to get to level 5, but to get to level 5, I need to go through 1, 2, 3, and 4. But for some reason, I refuse to do so. Now, if I go to someone and I say, hey, I want to go here, but I refuse to go through the stages I need to go through to get here, what would that person tell me? They would just look at me like I'm an idiot. If my planning or my mentality is that once this happens, then this will happen, it's a conditional statement that isn't going to be true most of the time. Like if there's no proof of a certain type of behavior in this time frame, why would that behavior or habit magically appear at another time? It'd be like someone coming to you and saying, hey, I want to be able to bicep curl 50 pounds, right? Now that's impressive and that's a lot of weight. So before they get there, you would assume that their plan is, okay, they're going to start small, right? Or start with what they can lift, right? So let's say bicep curl 20 pounds for about 10 to 12 reps, right? 10 reps is basically repetition. So just do this 1 to 12 times, right? That's a good rep range. And then they bump it up from there. They go to 30, 40. And then once they can hit 12 reps for 40 pounds, then they can start lifting 50 pounds, right? Let's say they do 6 reps first or 4 reps, right? You would think that that's, that you follow that naturally. But instead of doing that, they tell you that their plan is to just lift 50 pounds every day. Now, could that work? To some degree, like it could after a very, very long time, because if you can barely hold the weight in your hand, your form is going to be off, is going to increase the risk of injury. You might never actually be able to lift it. So it's just wasted effort, wasted time, when you could spend that time actually growing by working on the smaller weights, the weights you can handle. And not small like, easy to handle, but small in terms of smaller than the ultimate goal you're trying to get to. So my epiphany, even though it's not really an epiphany, is that I have a big goal, right? A really large goal. to get, and even if it's not a large goal, like objectively, like right now, I'm not there, therefore it is a large goal. Whenever I'm not at where I want to be, it's something that I haven't attained yet. It is something that's large, it's grand, right? So whenever I have a large goal, I have to realize that to get here, I need to work on, again, not smaller goals in terms of like of value, but smaller goals in terms of compared to this, these are smaller, so smaller weights. So instead of immediately jumping to 50 pounds, I do 10, 20, 30, 40, maybe 45, and then I can do 50. And then when I hit the 50, I can do that and get really comfortable with it. And then maybe when I get there, my goals will change, right? So again, not really the craziest theory. It's not really like something never heard of before, but as simple as it is, I think some of us are waiting for permission. I think some of us are waiting for something that we can't really define. We're just waiting for it. And, some can say perfection, right? Some can say, oh, I'm just waiting to learn about this. But the thing is, we're not learning about it. Because if you're waiting to learn about something, you control whatever it is that you're trying to learn about. So it's not really a lack of knowledge. It's not really a lack of resources. At least I don't think so. It's not a lack of connections. It's just, I think, a lack of urgency to say, okay, what do I have now? Even if it's not what I want to have or what I believe I need to have, what can I do with what I have now? And if I work with what I have now, maybe by putting in the effort, the energy, the time, I'll build the skills and strength I need to be able to actually get the thing that I want to get. Right now, I don't have perfect lighting. I don't have a tripod. I don't have the best camera, right? I'll tell you this, I'm using this light I bought off Amazon that's like a flame to do the lighting. And I think it's cool, right? And maybe it doesn't work, right? Maybe it doesn't work. But if I don't actually try, I'll never know. And if I never know, I'll just live life without the knowledge of what could have been because I never did it. And I don't really want that. So I think whenever you want to do something, it's worth the shot. Don't wait for someone to give you permission, to tell you, hey, you can do this. And if you are waiting for permission, I'm giving you permission right now. Go and do the things that you need to do. Go and do the things that you want to do. Don't wait for someone to tell you, hey, you're now allowed to do the things that you want to do. Hey, go ahead and do the thing that you're capable of. Go ahead and do the thing that you know you can do. But I'm going to tell you when to do it. Like, we don't need that permission. We don't need someone to tell us what to do. So the question again is, what are we waiting for? For me, I thought I was waiting for resources. I thought I was waiting for time. I thought I was waiting for skills. But to build those skills, to find that time, I have to make it. To build those skills, I have to start from a certain point. To make those connections, I have to start just being good by myself first before I can say, oh, I want to work with this person. I want to work with, like, if you don't actually do the smaller things now, you'll never actually get to the point where you're able to handle the things that you want to handle. So the final word is stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for just the right amount of knowledge. Stop waiting for the perfect lighting. Stop waiting for just the perfect anything. You can't wait for someone to care as much about your passions and convictions as you do. It's impossible. And even if they did care so much about the things that we wanted to do, they couldn't make us do it, and they couldn't do it for us. And if they did it for us, it wouldn't be our thing, it would be for them. So then I asked the question again, what are you waiting for? Whose permission are you wanting or requiring to chase your dreams or be who you want to be or see the people you want to see? No one. Of course, obviously, all power and glory belongs to God, but I believe that God has given us talents and gifts, and we've acquired skills that we can use to get somewhere, to accomplish certain things. But whether it's complacency, our own stubbornness, or an anxiety about the outcome of the thing that we're trying to do, we seem to not do that thing. Almost as if, like I said, we're waiting for permission. And if we are constantly waiting for the right piece of knowledge or the right amount or level of resources, then we'll never do the thing that we're meant to do. If I'm always waiting to have the perfect camera and lighting setup before I actually put in the reps that I can put in right now, I will never grow in certain ways to be able to keep doing whatever it is that I want to do long term. So the longer you wait for someone to give you permission or to care as much as you do, the more you deny yourself of the things that you can learn, the things that you can gain in the meantime while you build your skills or build whatever it is that you need to build to get to where you want to be. Sometimes we act like that. We want to do something, but we fail to see that we need to do some things before we can get to that level. Oh, I can't make content like this person, therefore I won't do the things that I need to do to be able to get to where they are. oh, I can't be, or I'm not as articulate as this person, so I won't practice to get to the level that, it's like, you can give so many examples. I want to do this, but I'm not willing to put in the work to actually do the thing that will get me to where these people are. But we still have that desire to get to where they are. It's like you really want to do this, but you don't want to, or fail to see that you must do this before you can do this. And because of that, because you're not doing the thing that you need to do to get here, that desire is like a vicious cycle. This message has been shared so many times online by so many people, but the thing is, unless we actually take it to heart, I just pointed to my head, take it to heart, we will never actually apply whatever it is that we're learning. You can gather as much knowledge as you want. You can gather as many resources as you want. I know people online, especially when they share their stories, who have purchased the best camera, the best tripod, the best audio setup, but whatever they wanted to do never went anywhere because they didn't put in the effort, because they weren't willing to do the things they needed to do with what they had before to get to where they wanted to be. They thought that getting the things that come with where they wanted to be would get them where they want to be. Does that make sense? I think it does. Thank you for watching. Watch this video next, and as always, Godspeed.